the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC government has confirmed the disheartening news of Bukavu, the second-largest city in the east, falling under the control of the M23 rebel militia group. This confirmation follows days of escalating conflict and comes as a devastating blow to the already fragile stability of the region. The swift and seemingly effortless takeover of Bukavu by the M23 rebels underscores the precarious security situation and raises serious questions about the Congolese government's response. The Ministry of Communications, in a statement released on X, formerly Twitter, acknowledged the occupation, framing it as an invasion involving the Rwandan army and its affiliated forces. While the statement pledged the government's commitment to restoring order, security, and territorial integrity, it offered little in the way of concrete actions or a detailed plan to reclaim Bukavu. The lack of a robust response has fueled accusations that Congolese authorities essentially abandoned the city, leaving its citizens vulnerable to the M23's advance. This perceived abandonment has further eroded public trust in the government's ability to protect its citizens and maintain sovereignty over its own territory. The M23's capture of Bukavu follows their earlier seizure of Goma, the capital of North Kivu province, last month. This recent advance south, culminating in the occupation of Bukavu, capital of South Kivu province, highlights the rebels' growing strength and the apparent inadequacy of the Congolese militia. The remarkably minimal resistance encountered by the M23 during their advance into Bukavu points to either a significant lack of preparedness or a deliberate withdrawal by Congolese forces, further bolstering accusations of abandonment. The ease with which the M23 achieved this victory raises profound concerns about the underlying reasons for the Congolese army's apparent inability to effectively counter the rebellion, including potential issues with equipment, training, logistics, or even political will. The lack of significant resistance suggests a deeper, more systemic problem requiring urgent and comprehensive review. This escalating conflict significantly exacerbates the already dire humor. The ongoing fighting has caused immense suffering, leaving countless civilians displaced and vulnerable. The United Nations reports that the conflict has destroyed an estimated 70,000 emergency shelters in the vicinity of Goma and Minova, leaving approximately 350,000 internally displaced people without adequate shelter or protection. These individuals are now facing extreme hardship, lacking access to basic necessities such as food, water, sand. The humanitarian consequences of the M23's advance are dire, threatening to push the region further into chaos and suffering. The international community must urgently respond to this unfolding crisis, providing immediate humanitarian aid and exploring all available avenues for de-escalation and a peaceful resolution to this devastating conflict. The fall of Bukavu necessitates an immediate and concerted international effort to address the underlying issues fueling the insurgency and prevent further loss of life and suffering in eastern DRC. The accusations of abandonment levied against the Congolese authorities demand thorough investigation and accountability. The long-term stability and security of the region depend on addressing these accusations and restoring confidence in the government's ability to protect its people. The situation calls for swift and decisive action from both the Congolese government and the international community. This report incorporates contributions from the Associated Press,